Hello everyone, welcome back to Whole ERP Solutions. In this session, we will be talking about asset management module. What is an asset and why is it used in a company? An asset is nothing but a material or an item required by a company to run its operations, like a laptop or a computer, which is required by an employee to record all the stuff or the duties that he is doing. Chairs, office desk, or tables where usually the person sits or keeps his material. Similarly, ACs, tube lights, fans, these are the materials or the items or the assets. Usually call it as asset. It is purchased by a company because they need to use to run their operations or their business. So this is an asset, and now you come to know why is it used in the company. Now, let's say, let's imagine that an employee has joined a company. Now, HR manager wants to allocate all the asset to him, like the laptop, cabin, desk, for him personal things, whatever there, he want to allocate him. Now, what they will do first, they will request for asset from the warehouse team, whether they have a laptop or not, whether they have a chair and a table for an employee who has joined the company to allocate to him. If they don't have it, then they will purchase it. So before purchasing the asset, they will create an asset. Like they'll purchase before purchasing, they'll create an asset, the name laptop, and they will define the life of an asset that it will be like 5 years or 6 years. Usually, computers will have a life of 5 years in a company role, and furnitures will have a life of 7.5 years or 8 years. And the usage, who will be using it? Now they will make a purchase request. So now the purchase of asset is being done. So now the asset is acquired by the company. So once they acquire or once they purchase the asset, they will tag it. So the reason for tagging the asset is to trace it. In the future, they can trace whom this asset is belongs to. Usually, they'll be tagged with a unique identification number or a barcode, which will be similar what is present on the item. So once you scan that barcode, you will come to know that who is the owner of that asset or whom it belongs to, or its location, and any other information related to it when it was purchased. All the information can be fed from the system. This is the reason of tagging the asset. So tomorrow, at any point of time, a company can know the value of assets they are having and how much physically they are present. Because some companies also locate the mobile phones or um, heavy equipments to the users. So they want to trace what is the worth of their assets. This is the reason why they usually tag the assets, and it's the best practice. Now, after tagging the asset, they will assign to the employee, and they'll feed the information in the system against this UID number or barcode number that this asset belongs to John, and it is in the second floor in the cabin number 1. This is the location of the asset, and the life they will define the entire history of the asset, like what was the purchase amount. Everything will be there by default as they have recorded in the previous steps. So now the asset has been assigned to employee. Now, for example, John has been shifted, John has resigned. Then they want to transfer the asset from one employee to other. So they will use this part of the module that is called as transfer of asset. So they will transfer either by employee or by location. Now, usually there will be also maintenance of asset. Now, for which maybe the laptop has been damaged or the AC has been damaged. So there is some maintenance cost involved in that asset. So they will record the amount that is required to maintain that asset, and it will add the overall value, and it will increase the depreciation rate, the depreciation year, because it will add to more of its life. So now, as every company, the finance department will perform the asset depreciation every year or monthly. It's depend on them to know depreciate the value of asset to what is its date, up to date. Now, usually they'll perform every year or half yearly. Maximum people will perform every year to know the value of the assets. So, what are the assets that were purchased and what they currently have? How they will do the physical counting of asset is that it's same like inventory counting. What you'll be do, you'll be having mobile devices. So that mobile devices, what it will do, it will scan the barcode so that it will feed the information. All the scan barcodes will be recorded. Now, once they record all the scan barcodes, that information will be fetched from the mobile device and compared with the existing sheet that this asset is there or not. And even they can come to know whether the asset has been moved without the information of the required department or without the approval of the finance or HR department. The asset may have moved from one building to other building, or one chair has been moved from one cabin to other cabin. So every information can be noted on a physical count. So this is the main advantage of having a physical count. Now, every asset has a life, as discussed in the previously. So now asset disposal comes into effect, like once the life of an asset is finished or it's damaged. So the asset will be recorded as disposal, either by end of life or by damage. Now that asset can be sold to someone else, like we have a vehicle, we bought it, and now that vehicle is not used by company, it's just put in the company's parking. So that company, what it will think of, let's sell this car now. It will not be useful for us further. Or a car is giving more maintenance work, let's sell this. So now they will sell that car and record it under the income of the company. So this is the way how the asset management usually works in a company. Thank you.